unconditional connection with those who remind you you are not alone. So many people live under the weight of not enough, not successful enough, not progressing enough, not proud enough. They set big goals, envision distant milestones, and wait for the day when everything comes together to finally allow themselves to feel joy, to feel happy. But what they don't realize is that this very delay of positive emotions gradually erodes their drive to live fully. Happiness isn't found in the moment you accomplish something grand. It's found in realizing you are truly moving forward, even just one small step each day. Every journey begins with a single step, yet no one teaches you how to appreciate that very first step. No one tells you that waking up on time, checking off a small task, saying no to a bad habit, those are victories, because society only celebrates leaps. But the people who truly stay steady are the ones who recognize the quiet steps they've overcome. They don't need external validation, they validate themselves. The human brain responds very clearly to goal achievement, even if the goal is so small no one else notices. Every time you complete an intentional action, your brain releases dopamine, the hormone that creates feelings of satisfaction and motivation. That feeling isn't just pleasant, it's a biological signal reinforcing the belief, I can make progress. And the more frequently that positive emotion is triggered, the easier it becomes to form good habits and push through hard days. Happiness, therefore, isn't the final reward. It's the reward you create along the way. I used to be addicted to big goals. Every time I completed a major project, I felt thrilled. But the high faded fast, and I'd fall back into emptiness, scrambling for the next big thing to chase, until I began to notice. The days I felt most fulfilled weren't the ones with big breakthroughs. They were the days I finally did the small things I'd kept putting off. Finishing a journal entry, calling a friend, reading that last chapter. There were no fireworks, no applause, but inside there was a quiet pride, real and deeply personal. Celebrating small wins doesn't mean becoming complacent. It's an act of nourishment. When you allow yourself to feel joy over a small positive action, you replenish the energy to take on harder ones. You don't need to wait for a perfect day. You don't need someone else's approval. You only need to ask, did I do something today worth acknowledging? And if the answer is yes, even if it's just washing the dishes, completing a 15-minute meditation, or staying calm in a tense conversation, that's reason enough to feel satisfied. There's a simple and powerful way to maintain this habit. Each night, before bed, write down 3 small wins from your day. No need to write a long story, no need to overthink it. Just be honest. I didn't give up when I felt like quitting. I spoke the truth instead of avoiding it. I chose to walk instead of scrolling endlessly. Writing it down helps you see clearly you're not stuck, you are moving step by step, and that deserves recognition. You can also create small rewards tied to your good actions. A favorite cup of coffee after finishing work, a beloved song after cleaning up, a quiet 30-minute break after doing something you didn't feel like doing. This is an indulgence. It's about linking effort and reward. That connection teaches your brain to associate positive action with positive feeling, building a loop that sustains your inner strength. What matters most is recognizing. No step is too small to be appreciated. Every small step is a brick, and you can't build a castle if you keep dismissing each brick. The most resilient people are the ones who celebrate even the quietest steps, because they understand that strength doesn't lie in brilliance, but in persistence. Don't let the feeling of not enough rob you of moments that matter. Don't dismiss your progress just because it doesn't look impressive next to someone else's. Comparison kills motivation, recognition nurtures it. And the difference between those who keep going and those who give up is often just one well-timed acknowledgement. I tried, and that alone is something to be proud of. If you feel like you're falling behind, maybe it's not because you're failing, but because you've forgotten to count your own small wins. You're building a journey. Don't wait until it's finished to find it meaningful. Find the value now, in every brick you lay, in every effort you repeat, in every time you write one simple line, "Today, I didn't give up." Happiness doesn't wait at the finish line. It lives in every step you take toward that line. And when you learn to celebrate even the smallest things, you're teaching your heart the greatest truth, that you are alive, you are growing, and you are already enough in this very moment. Your body is not just a vehicle you operate to get through daily life. It is the most intricate foundation you have, where emotions accumulate, where energy flows, and where the earliest warning signs appear when your life begins to drift out of balance. Happiness doesn't just come from clear thinking or positive relationships. It also comes from how you treat your body and your mind. And two fundamental yet often overlooked elements are physical movement and mindfulness. Not complicated, not expensive, but when truly practiced, they can transform the way you live from the root. Movement doesn't mean intense workouts or perfect physiques. It's simply a reminder to your body that you're still alive. When you get up from your chair, when you walk under sunlight, when you stretch your back after sitting too long, when you reach your arms upward as if opening a gateway for inner energy, you're allowing your body to circulate. And this circulation not only improves blood flow, but also activates the nervous system, lifts your mood, soothes stress, regulates sleep, and enhances focus. These biological effects don't show up instantly like a painkiller, but they last far longer than any quick fix if you stay consistent. There will be days when you have no energy to run, no mental space for the gym. But don't confuse working out with moving. A spontaneous dance in the kitchen, a stroll around the block, a deep stretch before you work. These are all forms of movement, and they send a powerful signal to your brain. You're still in charge of your body. You are not consumed by your mood. You are present, you are proactive, but movement is only half the foundation. The other half is mindfulness, the ability to bring your mind back to the present moment. In a world where your attention is constantly fragmented by news, notifications, expectations, and doubts, mindfulness isn't a luxury for those who enjoy meditation. It's an emotional survival skill, a mental capacity that keeps you from becoming lost in your own life. And ironically, you don't need to sit cross-legged on a cushion for hours to practice it. You just need to be truly present in whatever you're doing. When you eat and truly taste each flavor, when you wash the dishes without scrolling through your phone, when you walk and feel your soles connect with the ground, when you listen to someone speak without mentally rehearsing your response. These simple actions, when done with full attention, are mindfulness. And mindfulness helps you slow down, see more clearly, and resist being swept away by chaotic emotions you don't yet understand. One of the simplest yet most effective exercises is conscious breathing. When you're stressed, tired, or scattered, just pause. Place your hand on your chest, inhale through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale through your mouth for 4. Repeat 3 times. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, pulling you out of fight or flight and back into self-regulation. This isn't a psychological trick. It's a series of biological reflexes backed by science. When you combine movement and mindfulness, you don't just live healthier, you live more deeply. A slow yoga session, a walk without headphones, a morning spent watching light stream through your window instead of checking your phone. These experiences reconnect you with yourself, something that busyness slowly steals without you noticing. And the best part is, you don't have to wait for free time. You just need the awareness to choose differently. Movement keeps your body strong. Mindfulness keeps your mind clear. And when both become part of your daily rhythm, you build a solid base for happiness.